Hello, everybody, and a warm welcome to the Wine with Jimmy channel. Delighted that you could stop by to this wine educational channel. We really designed this to help those of you studying the world of wine. So, of course, you can gain a huge more amount of confidence to really conquer your examinations. And here we have a video which is no exception. It's on the D3 section, Wines of the World, for the WSET Level 4 Diploma. Southern Italy on the beautiful Puglia, which is Series 3. And we are here on part 2 of the multi-part series of Puglia, looking at climate, topography, and geology. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, please get in touch. You can do so by commenting on this video below. Make sure you click like and you click subscribe. And also you can get in touch by social media that you see at the bottom of every slide. This video, along with parts 1 and 3, are available as free content. Parts 4 and 5 will only be available on the very useful winewithjimmy.com e-learning portal. Please visit that. You'll see that at the bottom of the slide. Okay, let's talk about the climate. Puglia is really Mediterranean. That's what it's all about. And it's generally considered a hot Mediterranean climate. It does have very important moderating breezes from the sea. But with this really consistent climate and with those breezes, you've got a real well-suited conditions to the production of fairly high production wine. And we've also got little amounts of rainfall. So low rainfall really reduces the threat of fungal diseases. Also, we have fertile soils, and irrigation will be permitted here in order to help with production. In the background of the picture, you will see the town of Alberobello, which is known for its trulli, which are these distinctive structures of dry stone conical shape roofs, very famous in this area. Their style of construction is particularly suited to the Itria Valley in the Merch area of the Italian region of Puglia. And they were apparently originally constructed as temporary field shelters or storehouses, and became permanent dwellings for a number of small proprietors and agricultural laborers, especially grape growers, hence why you'll see a vineyard in the foreground of the trulli that you see there. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site, the one that we find in Alberobello. So Alberobello, trulli, beautiful. Just thought I'd give you a little bit of setting in the background there. So getting to more wine pressing matters. So unlike the very typical topographical composition of mountains and hills that we find very much commonplace across most Italian regions, Puglia's landscape is actually therefore atypical, peculiar, different. It is dominated by large calcareous and gently undulating plateaus, which are broad, fertile plains and some low hills. You'll see here on the topographical map, there's lots of green, and that identifies to us, around Foggia and then all the coastal plains around Bari, for example, the Salento plains, which are south of Brindisi, and around Lecce. These are plains indeed. Puglia is the least mountainous region in the whole of Italy. Actually, only around 1 or 2% of Puglia is mountains, which is very unlike Italy, which is very much dominated typically by mountains. So let's talk about some of our key areas. I'm just going to get a pointy pen out here so I can actually help you identify these. The first one we are identifying, you'll see just here. We have the sub-Apennine range, which is the Monti Dauni. It's located in the northwestern corner in the region, and it separates Puglia from Campania. Then we have this little outcrop here, which is called the Gargano. And the Gargano promontory is a calcareous massif. And as we can see there, it's located on the northern coast, and it actually rises to around 1,000 meters above sea level. It's known as the spur of the boot of Italy, as one would expect. That's one of two peninsulas, because right down here in the south is the other peninsula. This is Salento. It forms the heel of Italy. And then we've got some plains to look at as well. And I'm going to do these in green arrows. Let's get rid of those 3 red arrows. And let's get the green arrow out. Here we go. So first of all, we have up in the northern section just here around Foggia, we have the Tavoliere delle Puglie, which is simply normally called Tavoliere. It's Italy's second largest plain behind the Padana plain up in northern Italy. And that's the important zone. We then have these hills, which I'll identify in an orange pen for you, which is the Merche Pills, or the hills, sorry, the Mersch Pills, as you'll see in that middle area. These are a calcareous plateau and very important for wine as well, which we will talk about. It extends into the Salento area near Brindisi as well. Okay, so what about the geology of this area? So most of Puglia is in fact what we call karst in nature. The word karst, or in Italian carsico, as we've got in brackets, you'll see there on your slide, is a form of topography which is shaped by the dissolution and erosion of rocks such as limestone. You'll typically find in landscapes like this lots of caves, sinkholes, and subterranean streams and underground passages. This is very famous in the Merche Plateau, as you'll see up here. Another notable example, in fact, is the Karst Peninsula, or the Carso, which we find in Friuli Venezia Giulia, which is in northeast Italy. So they're the two probably most famous in the whole of Italy. The landscape here, in terms of its geology, is very much characterized by soils that are rich in iron oxides. Their reddish color has nicknamed them the Terra Rossa, which we will know in other parts of the world as well, Spain notably, and Australia. This Terra Rossa is red earth due to those iron oxides. Generally, these are very well drained, and in several areas, there is even a small capability of actually holding water. But we don't tend to find that too much. Generally, there's low capacity for holding water, well-draining soil, so there's a fair bit of hydric stress, and that is certainly during summer, of course, when there is drought, and irrigation will be necessary. The northern part of Puglia, so this is Foggia, towards Foggia, is characterized by alluvial soils on the flatter areas around the Tavoliere plains, for example. The gentle rolling hills that lie on both banks of the Ofanto River have a sandy, gravelly makeup and also soils of marine origin. And the central part of Puglia is characterized by the calcareous soils of the Karst, which is around the Merche plateau. The soils of the south are mainly calcareous sandy clays over a limestone, and very typical like this, the sort of Terra Rossa. Okay, so that's the climate, the geology, and the topography. Looking across the whole of Puglia, we now really get into the main parts of Puglia, looking at the key grape varieties, of which we will list only 3 in your diploma syllabus: Primitivo, Negroamaro, and Nero di Troia. and we'll look at their important appellations as well with some nice Google Earth videos. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, of course, please do get in touch. You can do so by commenting on this video below. Make sure you click like and subscribe. Or you can also use the social media that you see at the bottom of every slide. And of course, if you find yourself in the United Kingdom, then please come and see me. Do get in touch and come and see me for a class, maybe a glass, more likely a bottle. I've been Jimmy Smith. Ciao for now.